there's such a conversation to be had around need and desire, like feeling empty or feeling like you need something. And there's lots of teachers and counselors and people that help you satisfy that need in a way that's healthy and isn't necessarily it's like as opposed to codependent, and I've been thinking about this the last few days, how need and as humans we do have needs, and what are those needs? I think we do need relationships. And that goes into the whole community thing. It is having, or the way I look at it, and I might change my view on this, but I would say equal parts community relationships as the whole, solitude. Solitude is very necessary. To have some time alone and do things you do alone. I do a lot of art projects alone. I can curate a vibe, which is what I'm trying to do, whatever like the motif is of whatever I'm trying to do, and build on that. And it's a very delicate thing. And even if someone just walks into your house, that can it's like coming out of a dream. You can just kind of lose it. So it's a delicate thing when it comes to inspiration. The solitude is the second one. So we got community, solitude, and the last one is intimacy. As human beings, we are hardwired for the intimacy. Like, you have to hold a baby. Like, I think guys are a lot more, what's the word? Like, kind of at a disadvantage in the way where they don't want to express that need, or maybe don't even recognize that their needs aren't getting cared for or met as far as just having affection. And some people don't like affection, but it's actually like a really healthy thing. If you can be okay with it and comfortable with it. I understand for a lot of people who've had trauma and been touched or whatever, that, there can be all kinds of triggers and stuff around it. Thankfully, I was blessed to not have any of those experiences for the most part. At least as a kid. I was blessed and protected in that way. At least that I know of. I think I would know. But just the affection, and not just that, but of course also sexual interaction. If people don't get that, it's like you're missing out on a whole huge chunk of being a human. Is intercourse. Like, if you go from birth to the grave without doing that, it's like, have you really experienced what it's like to be a human? Like, I push against the normal thinking where it's like we get these limited experiences and people are like, God or life is just teaching me it's like to be content with these things. And I've done that. I've been in that place before, and it ends up just being like more long. And it's like, this isn't, if you try something over and over and it's not working, like the first few times it might just be because you need practice. You're not always going to play a song perfectly on the first time. But if it's really not working, getting worse, then it's like, that should be a red flag that it's like, maybe it's not healthy to have this much alone time, or thinking I was that solitary of a person. It's like, for me, it's close to equal parts. I need at least like a good third of my time to just be me. I need at least a third of the time to be in the community and have the interaction, and it's like co-participation, a collaboration. And I do get some of that, but not very much. And I don't really hardly get any intimacy. It's rare if I do, which makes it really special, I guess you could say, on the flip side of things. It really makes you value it when you actually get it. and appreciate it. And I've learned kind of I'm a healthier way around sex, especially like casual sex if you're not seeing a person, because naturally our bodies want to like attach to that person. But it's been kind of an enlightening experience for me to have that, but not like enforce that, or like I own this person, like they're mine. It's like, no, it's like when we come together for intimacy, we're coming as one human to another human and experiencing that togetherness, but without any of the attachments of like, this person's my girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, like not having any of that. And it's a hard exercise because you're going against kind of how our brains are programmed, but that's evolution. That's how evolution works. It's like we push against the cycle and like try to change it. And I think we already have in a lot of ways. Like a lot of people, they don't need someone. Like they're happy with what they have and their cat and dog and all that, and it's great. And awesome, I love that for you. As for me, like I came to be a human so I could experience all the dynamics of relationships and like grow in them. Or not all the dynamics. I've had enough like kind of things just go sour or just lame. It's like lack of appreciation or seeing the person for who they are, and that limitation on perception is a big part of the wrench in the gears there. Because if we could perceive clearly, we could really see each other for who we are and appreciate each other so much more. I'm not so much in like the zeitgeist of right now. I think that's why like a lot of my videos don't really take off. But I don't, it's like my videos might be boring to some people, but it's more about the information I'm talking about. And some people like boring videos, like just hear about someone else's life. Hey, I'm here for you. I'll tell you all day about my nuanced thoughts and beliefs that are ever changing. But sometimes I feel like I'm like spiritually quarantined or something, even with all my being out in the community and being active and being a good, kind person who is emotionally available and present and cares and wants to see people and appreciate them and support their artwork. It's like the ball should be rolling a little more than it is, but it's almost like there's this destiny thing where it's like, even if you're like, I see amazing guitarists out there and they hardly have any like follows or views, and it's like, what is like, hello, like, is anyone like, and I feel like I kind of fall into that category. Like it's not that I'm like think I'm the best or whatever, but I do something that's different than anyone else that I've seen, and I think it's pretty clever, and I've been told it's pretty clever. But it's like, my videos just don't really take off even half as much as some little adorable like puppy that's doing something for a video, because that's more what people want to see. Which I get it. It's fair. Like, I talk about pretty heavy stuff. But I think the more we talk about it, the more there's awareness around it. And people will start to realize it. Like, I really think there are other forces at play in our lives that are not us, that subvert and subject us to all kinds of stuff that we wouldn't choose to feel, and they associate it with like these certain people or things in our life, and then we lash out at each other and it's us versus them and all that. Like, that would so check out if there was something else in the causality here between each other. This is the world where I guess we play with darkness, and we are kind of a bunch of like blind people knocking into each other. But there's, of course, I won't deny there's beautiful experiences here. It's just such a travesty that there's somewhere it's like, we don't deserve this. Like, this is a real like stab in my life. Like, I need a win. A lot of us need a lot of wins. I'm still killing it in a good way. Like at my job, I'm persevering. I have this new like mantra or motto or whatever, and all it is I say, I am resilience. I am the embodiment, the manifestation of resilience. With the scintilla, the spark of my life energy, prana, the chi. As a sovereign being, I wield my sentient will. I am resilience. It was really just I was resilience, but then I improv all that, which was right on. But yeah, I'm learning to not take it so hard. I'm learning to have a lot more grace for people, because a lot of us, you have to add the causality into play. Like, people aren't having their needs met, people are being mistreated, people are getting served all kinds of shit they don't deserve. It's like the world it's like society it doesn't give a fuck about your loneliness, and it's the cold fucking truth, and it really hurts. I've cried many nights, just feeling that, just being with that, and realizing what's happening, and not making any. It's like not getting drunk, not texting my ex or any of that stuff, just being with myself. And I'm like, I am with you, and I am with. I support me. I see my worth. I feel my worth, and I see the unfairness. And I don't play a victim. I fight back. I curse those beings back. I banish them. I bind them. Because creativity will always defeat subjectivity. And my persistence will pay off. And I'm doing my part to bring light to, like, what is going on. I've spent my whole life trying to understand and seeking and reaching out and praying and observing and just being and perceiving. That's kind of the basis of science. It's like, as an observer, what is going on, you know? And so I take that, and as an experiencer, there's another level of that. It's to observe an experience, to feel the felt presence of an experience, an encounter, any encounter, like going to Dairy Queen, or meeting with your best friend, or breaking up with your boyfriend, or whatever. You know? Like, each of those is a felt presence of experience. And now when I go through life, I see that. I don't attach it to things. I come to conclusions and give away my faith, saying, oh, this is just that. I take it all with a grain of salt, and it's like, yeah, it might be that, but the reality is, we really just don't know. Most of it, we're just going on intuition, just flying by the seat of our pants, and by some miracle, some angels keep us alive. Because for all the dumb stuff I've done, I'm